astrologists, tarot card readers, magicians, spiritual gurus would be able to teach you about NFTs and Ethereum and blockchain by now, but they're not. So I guess that just leaves me. What's up? It's your boy K-Blao Hood X. You already know what it is. We're talking about NFTs, blockchain, other useless things. So the reason I call these useless things is because I don't really expect this video to get too much traffic, and then even the ones that do check in, more than likely, a lot of things don't resonate with, people who be studying deep spiritual belief systems. A lot of times this shit like this don't resonate. Motherfucker get a headache. You know what I'm saying? And that, once I was talking about receptivity in my other video, like a lot of times it'd be hard to be receptive to other systems of understanding when you fucking fully immersed in a lot of these spiritual systems. You know what I'm saying? So motherfucker come along and start talking about different opportunities like NFT, business, shit like that. Motherfucker can't hear that shit. I got a whole nother channel, you know what I'm saying, called Corporate Algorithm. You know what I'm saying? That I used to post a lot of you know what I'm saying, financial advice and shit like that on there, but like I don't really do it as much. Like the people who really want to get at me, who want financial, you know what I'm saying, advice, or like learn how to do finance, a lot of times most people contact me on Fiverr, you know what I'm saying, and buy my stock course. You know I don't really promote this. I don't really come on here and talk about this shit a lot. Because I already know a lot of time motherfuckers don't want to hear this shit. If you want to hear me sitting there and talk shit about the science and all that type of shit, but like, believe it or not, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot more to what I do other than sit around and talk about the science. You know what I'm saying? And when one of them is, you know what I'm saying, cryptocurrency and NFTs. Now, I'm, you know what I'm saying, explain this to motherfuckers who really don't understand. So I'm trying to give you really a fast forward button. So I'm not going to give you all the information per se. I'm trying to find a lighter. So I'm not going to give you all the information per se. You know what I'm saying? But I am just going to give you, you know what I'm saying, enough that you can go and do your own research. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully get the ball rolling a little bit more for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying like this with this little ass book. Fucking like that. So, what is an NFT? You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I do not buy NFTs. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily recommend that you don't buy NFTs. I just recommend that you just do more research on what a DApp is before you buy an NFT. Because like if you're trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, if you're trying to make money, you know what I'm saying, you definitely don't want to, you know what I'm saying, invest in NFTs. That's just my personal advice. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to make money, you really want to buy a DApp. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't buy NFTs. I invest in DApps. You know what I'm saying? So like what a DApp is, you know what I'm saying, is the actual platform that the NFT is on. You know what I'm saying? And like that's why you gotta understand how blockchain work as a whole. So I'm saying you understand like get where to get in. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the advice motherfuckers give you about NFTs is they just repeating some shit that they heard from other motherfuckers. They don't have a whole perspective about what it is, you know, about how this shit work. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why I'm gonna try to give you just a sequence of, you know, order how to think about things and try to figure out where you get in. You know what I'm saying? Without necessarily having to go to NFT route. You know what I'm saying? So like where blockchain work, blockchain ran on Web 3.0. You're like, what the fuck is Web 3.0? Web 3.0 different from Web 2.0. One of the major differences between Web 3.0 and Web 2.0 is like cryptocurrency and like the really attach your wallet to the Web 3.0 interface. So I'm saying, so like, man, I should have had, like, you go to OpenSea. You know what I'm saying? You might want to write the OpenSea, like the OpenSea. You know what I'm saying? OpenSea is one of the biggest dApps that's on a blockchain right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially on Ethereum. You know what I'm saying? Well, OpenSea do it's like eBay, basically, for NFTs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you buy and sell shit on eBay. OpenSea is the eBay for motherfuckers who try to buy and sell NFTs. You know what I'm saying? So, like somebody who's real big on OpenSea right now is The Weeknd. Like the singer The Weeknd. So I said he sell a lot of his shit on them. You know what I'm saying? And like mind you, he's so far ahead of the curve. It's gonna take people like 20 years before they figure out the stuff that The Weeknd is doing. Like he is literally like a human art. Like he's walking artwork. You know what I'm saying? And people be investing in shit on. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You definitely want to start with OpenSea. I tell you another thing, like Tory Lanez is pretty big on that too. You know what I'm saying? So you go on OpenSea, you know what I'm saying? I should probably have some visual aids. I should probably do this under the Vega Act to show y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you'll get, I don't want to spend too much time on this either. But if you go on OpenSea, you will see the open marketplace. All these people on there selling NFTs and shit, right? And like, you're like, okay, well, what the fuck are these NFTs? Okay, so what the NFTs are is basically like artwork that certain artists that made, that they try to sell it on the fucking Ethereum. Now you be like, why the fuck would I pay $1,000 for a fucking JPEG picture that I can download for free? You like, why the fuck would I do that? Because when you have an actual wallet, your Web3, you got your crypto wallet stores in it cryptocurrency. Not only cryptocurrency, but also NFTs as well. You see what I'm saying? So you basically want to pimp your wallet out, for lack of a better word. You see what I'm saying? Like, your wallet is kind of what it is. So it's like whatever you put in there is gonna have value. So I'm saying some of them are gonna have little value, some of them are gonna have a lot of value. But it's your wallet. So I'm saying, so when you buy like an NFT for like $1,000 per se, it's not just a picture sitting in your wallet. It's literally, it has value of $1,000 sitting inside a wallet. It just looked like a little fucking meme. You see what I'm saying? But it's real currency behind it. You see what I'm saying? That you cash in. Now, why is it in a picture form like this? Because they're trying to pump the value of not only NFTs but also Ethereum as well as a blockchain. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard to wrap your mind around this shit if you don't really understand how the difference between Web 2.0 and Web 3.0. And like I said, one of the major differences is like Web 2.0 hold like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, you know what I'm saying, credit card, shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Web 3.0, when you attach your wallet into a Web 3.0 interface, your wallet is more of, how do you say this? Like your wallet is more of the nuts and bolts. You know what I'm saying? Behind the Web 3.0, whereas like, you know, you go on eBay. eBay itself is more the nuts and bolts. You know what I'm saying? And Visa, MasterCard is really what you kind of, you know, to punch in to make the payment. Whereas Web 3.0, your wallet itself is already like, you know what I'm saying, stacked with all of these different types of coins, these different types of currency, these types of NFTs. They give value to the wallet itself, and you go plug your wallet into these Web 3.0 interfaces, and you buy and trade and sell on those platforms. You see what I'm saying? So those particular platforms that you go and plug your wallet into, 9 times out of 10, those are called dApps. So I'm saying, this is where you want to put your money into, is dApps. You don't want to fuck with NFTs like that. You see what I'm saying? You want to fuck with the dApps. The reason you want to fuck with the dApps is because like you know what I'm saying, like you think about OpenSea, like what OpenSea is. You know what I'm saying? It's like eBay. It gives people the ability to go on there and buy and sell and trade shit. So I'm saying, now the people who own, use eBay for example, like say you own eBay. You know what I'm saying? Every time somebody buy and sell something on eBay, you're gonna get like a tax. You're gonna get like maybe 1%, 10%. So I think eBay charges like 10% off you talking literally every sale, every transaction they go down on eBay. eBay is collecting like 10% of that. Same shit work over in dApps and Web 3.0. Only difference is that they call it gas fees. You know what I'm saying? So follow me. Ethereum is the blockchain itself. It's run on what's called gas fees. You know what I'm saying? So a blockchain, you know what I'm saying, is basically like a data code. It's like a handshake, basically. So it's like, okay, I agree that I'm going to pay a certain amount. You agree that you're going to sell me this. So I'm saying, and this is literally, the technology itself is called a blockchain. So like, we can't go in there and change. Like say I sell you something and then you try to come and, you know, you come by and then I try to come and change it later, or I try to change, you know, saying the conditions of whatever the transaction was, Then like, we can, once it's in there and it's in there, it's in there. That's what this technology is. So a lot of scams and shit that be on Web 2.0, like people buying and selling like fraudulent shit like that, Web 3.0 completely, you know what I'm saying, makes that shit obsolete. And then like, this is an unregulated transaction between two people who agreed on what it specifically says on that blockchain. So I'm saying, that's how Ethereum works. That's what the value really is. So the value ain't really in the NFT itself, the picture itself. The value is in really the technology to show the blockchain itself. You know what I'm saying? So we just using the NFT as a way to pump the value, you know what I'm saying, of the Ethereum, of the dApp, of the, you know what I'm saying? So like, this is why they selling these little pictures for $1,000, $2,000, because it's like a whole bunch of people who are all agreeing that, you know what I'm saying, we're going to raise the value of Ethereum. So the more people that come on to the dApp and the more people who make dApps and put it on the Ethereum blockchain, you know what I'm saying, the more the value of the Ethereum blockchain goes up. Now, it's the other thing to make, you know what I'm saying, to control the cost of the Ethereum, so I'm saying, in that, like, the whole market itself. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, if Bitcoin price go down, so I'm saying Ethereum price going to go down too, no matter how many people is on there trading, pushing up. Like, you know what I'm saying, it's other metrics that, you know what I'm saying, that make it go up and down, the price of Ethereum itself. But basically, when you're dealing with Ethereum and people are making dApps to run on the Ethereum blockchain, and then people are selling NFTs on those dApps, it's much better for you to be positioned in the dApp than it is to be in the NFT and collecting the gas fees off of all them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like Ethereum right now is about like $3 grand. You see what I'm saying? So typically, like a gas fee, you know what I'm saying, on a DApp right now, it's gonna be about like 10% of that. It's gonna be about like $300. You see what I'm saying? Average. So I'm saying, so like, say somebody buy somebody else's NFT. You see what I'm saying? Somewhere like that DApp is going to charge that person gas fee of $300 to make that sale. You see what I'm saying? Then like the person who even sold it, when they go to pull their money out, they got to pay a gas fee to even pull their money out. You see what I'm saying? So it's always better to own the DApp and be collecting that bread than to be on there trying to buy and sell hustle NFTs. You see what I'm saying? It's better to own eBay than to be on eBay trying to buy and sell shit. It's better to own OpenSea than to be on OpenSea trying to buy and sell NFTs. You see what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying, that's why you gotta, you know what I'm saying, get your information from the right place. Other people talking about, you know what I'm saying, buying and selling NFTs. It's like, nah, bro, like you wanna own the bar and then you wanna own the house that they buying and selling NFTs on. You see what I'm saying? So like Ethereum ain't the only, you know what I'm saying, coin that you can create dApps on. They got other coins like I do like Sandbox. Sandbox is a coin that's based for like video games and shit like that. Like, so say you make a video game. You know what I'm saying? You know, okay, I want to publish it. You know what I'm saying? You go to the coin, you know what I'm saying, you publish a dApp on the Sandbox coin, you know what I'm saying, and then you up your, you know what I'm saying, your game. People come on there, you know what I'm saying, buy and sell. I mean, you know, buy different aspects of your game, you know what I'm saying, whether they want to buy, you know, custom weapons, or, you know, like downloadable content, all that type of shit. All this is ran off the Sandbox coin. You see what I'm saying? And then you got other people who might come in on your game and they might want to, you know what I'm saying, invest in certain areas of your game. And like somebody may want to build a store inside your game. You say, oh, I like this game. I want to build a whole nother store inside your game where I can buy and sell cryptocurrency and make my own items that will attach to your game, that I can set up shop inside your game and sell my own merch inside my own digital items inside your game. You know what I'm saying? They got shit like this going on in Sandbox. You see what I'm saying? So that's another reason why it's way more important to do, like, to make the dApp or to make the program that's gonna house, you know what I'm saying, the transactions on that specific coin. You know what I'm saying? It's obviously other coins, Litecoin, you know what I'm saying, Dogecoin was a coin, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it's another reason to do the research. And they're like, that's the reason why Dogecoin only got to a certain point and then went back down is because Dogecoin was literally like a meme coin. There was nothing literally running Dogecoin other than a bunch of people who got together who all wanted to pump it and make it go to a certain point. But then this just ran off greed. That's got pump. So like once it gets so high, the main people who put in the most amount of money start pulling their money out. That's what make the shit crash. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like if it ain't no real metrics to make the coin move, then 9 times out of 10 you're gonna run into that. And a lot of times people don't understand that shit. Like personally, like Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now probably what, like $30,000. At one point Bitcoin was like fucking $60,000-$70,000 a coin for $1. Like, so you like $1 for, I mean, you get fucking one Bitcoin is worth like fucking $70,000. Right now it's about half of that. It's about like $30,000. You know what I'm saying? Now the people be like, okay, how the fuck? I remember Bitcoin was like fucking $5 a coin. Like, how the hell did it go from like $5 a coin all up to $70,000? Well, it's not osmosis. You know what I'm saying? The thing that made Bitcoin go up like that, a lot of it was, you know what I'm saying, illegal shit, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? People selling fentanyl on the dark web. I got a movie, you know what I'm saying, I made called Believe in Something. It's on my page. You check it out. Kind of talks about the dark web. You know what I'm saying? People selling human trafficking, you know what I'm saying, prostitution, drugs, fentanyl, you know what I'm saying, illegal guns and shit like this. All this type of shit be sold on the dark web. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do those types of things on the dark web, you know what I'm saying, you gotta buy and sell that type of merch with Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Because it's unregulated and it's on a blockchain. And you know what I'm saying? So like if you're trying to sell fucking, you know, I don't know, $50,000 worth of fentanyl, you know what I'm saying, through the dark web to, you know what I'm saying, somebody you don't even know, you know what I'm saying, that technology needs to be solid proof, and that's what the blockchain do. So it's like you can't change the transaction once it go through. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, they keep doing that enough, selling all type of illegal shit on the dark web. All more people come in and agree on this system. They're all pumping the value of Bitcoin up to $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $35,000. You know what I'm saying? It's all these people coming into this peer-to-peer network, you know what I'm saying, all agreeing to use this coin. You know what I'm saying? That's why the banks and shit like that couldn't do shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the banks couldn't get in on crypto at the time because, like, they couldn't tell you what was making it go up because they honestly didn't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, they knew, but you can't, like, to a bank or to, like, a real organization like that, they can't invest in on no motherfucking, or no criminal activity like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, well, shit, they doing human trafficking. This is what Trump came in, you know, when during Trump's term, he started passing laws trying to shut down all the fentanyl and human trafficking and all that. You remember a couple years back, they were talking about that when Bitcoin was going through the roof. Well, that's what was making Bitcoin go through the fucking roof. And fucking, you go to Chicago, people riding around with Tommy guns and fucking automatic assault rifles that come from fucking Saudi Arabia and shit like that. All that shit came through the dark web, like, you know what I'm saying, and through Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? So like Bitcoin was like the coin that carried the cross for Ethereum. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like the mob coin. You know what I'm saying? They did all illegal shit to show the world that Bitcoin had the possibility to do what it's doing. You know what I'm saying? So then like Ethereum came along and like people was like, okay, well, we're not gonna treat this coin the same way we treated Bitcoin. We're gonna try to clean this coin up and pump some real, you know, value into it with these little pictures and these NFTs and these dApps and, you know, and pump some real value into the blockchain. You see what I'm saying? And to make it work, because like the banks didn't want to fuck with blockchain. Like blockchain technology had been sitting around for years, but didn't know major corporations really want to touch it because of the fact that it was unregulated. Like, you see what I'm saying? And like now we get to a point, they just announced today that the US dollar could possibly go crypto. You see what I'm saying? And that's good long term, but for right now, that's like they telling you that the market, the whole currency is changing, and like it's never changed like this, and it's been like you talking thousands of years since we've had a major disruption like this in currency. Like it's been thousands of years. Like mind you, since like you talking like I've spoken on the channel before about this before, like back when Roman numerals, you know what I'm saying, when switched over to Arabic numerals. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like you imagine trying to go to a damn restaurant and trying to split a bill between 5 people with Roman numerals. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit would be a fucking headache. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, this is why they came up with Arabic numbers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when Arabic numbers took over, a lot of people still using Roman numerals couldn't understand that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They was like, what the, like, you imagine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, and there was also a decimal point, too. So, like, it gave you the ability to make more money. You know what I'm saying? Just because it was based on a whole different system. Bitcoin worked the same way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the average motherfucker don't know, like what is it? Like $1 trillion? $1 trillion? Like, I know $1 million got 6 zeros behind it. Well, $1 billion got 7 zeros behind it, I believe, right? Let's say $1 trillion got what, 8 zeros behind it? You know what I'm saying? What come after $1 trillion? The average person can't even tell you what come after $1 trillion. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then the number that come after that, like you talking when you get to like 10 zeros, 11 zeros, 13 zeros. Like you got one with 13 zeros behind it, 14 zeros behind it. Average motherfucker can't even tell you what that number is. You know what I'm saying? The average motherfucker stop at like $1 trillion. Like, in mind you, the average person ain't a trillionaire per se. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know what $1 trillion is. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's kind of where your mind stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? In this world, you talking about dollars and shit. You be like, okay, well, what? Can you make more than $1 trillion? Can you, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't even talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's kind of like how it was back in the day when they had Roman numerals. Like, it was only so far your mind could even possibly contain of the amount of currency that's possibly even made. The only reason they even made currency run off of Arabic numbers was so somebody could hit that motherfucking number. Like you so saying the only reason $1 trillion really exists in currency is that somebody can hit that motherfucker. Like, you so saying, like even when you open up a bank account, you know what I'm saying? The amount of zeros that they're gonna put, the possibility for you to hit, typically is gonna be like, okay, this motherfucker might become a trillionaire, but like it's only so much money in this economy that, like, you know what I'm saying, that like ain't nobody ever really went that far yet. With cryptocurrency allow you to go that far. You know what I'm saying? Like when you open up a cryptocurrency account, you get 19 zeros behind it. Like I think it's all ETH. You know what I'm saying? Like you get one, not a one, but it's all zeros. You get 19 zeros in your account in the gate. So ain't nothing in there, but you got it's a more of a chance that you can go past the numbers you can in a regular bank account. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna give you more opportunity. You're like, how the fuck am I gonna go past $1 trillion? You'd be like, well, you think about fucking Bitcoin right now being at $30,000 a fucking, you know what I'm saying, a coin. And at one point, this shit was at $70,000 a coin. So I'm saying, if you had spent, you know what I'm saying, you know, $100,000, or like say you threw $1 million at Bitcoin, when that motherfucker was at, like you threw $1 million at Bitcoin, when that motherfucker was at like $5, You know what I'm saying? Or like $10. You know what I'm saying? Right now, that you rolled that motherfucker all the way from $5 all the way up to fucking $70,000. You multiply that shit times a million. Them type of numbers. Somebody sitting around and did that shit, and they sitting around on that motherfucking money like that. Like, you see what I'm saying? And like you can't even hit them type of numbers with dollars, with you know what I'm saying, with cash, or like, you know what I'm saying, with the dollar. You can't even hit them type of numbers. You gotta go into another type of currency. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things you need to know before you start fucking with NFTs and all that, you know what I'm saying, all the hype and all that shit. It's like, nah, get the basics down first. Like, you see what I'm saying? If you like, you can go on Fiverr right now and start your own coin if you want to, like Fiverr.com. They got people on there. Or like you ain't gotta go on Fiverr. It's a lot of you know what I'm saying, independent contractors and we call it freelancers. So that they can make you your own coin. You know what I'm saying? And put it on the market for you. And people will come and invest in it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be like Dogecoin. It could just be a meme coin. It ain't gonna be worth shit. But like, say you actually own a real business or some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can start your own coin, and people come along who believe in it, invest in your coin. You know what I'm saying? You can start your own DApp. You know what I'm saying? And put it on a coin, whether it's, you know, a video game DApp. You know what I'm saying? A NFT DApp, or a DApp that, you know, sell music, or a DApp that is it the fight it? You can make your own DApp that publish that. You know what I'm saying? You could still buy the coin. You can go and look at, you know what I'm saying, the coin movements and like try to understand. The key with that is to understand what moves this coin. Like, you know what I'm saying, the same shit that move Bitcoin ain't the same shit that move Ethereum. But mind you, Bitcoin kind of move everything, because it's literally like they say in the stock market, like, when the ocean rises, all boats rise. When the ocean sinks, all boats sink. Like, Bitcoin is literally like the ocean. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it kind of controls all the other coins. You know what I'm saying? So like you somewhere between that and the own metrics of that own coin is what makes that coin go up and down. Like, you see what I'm saying? And mind you, it's other things too, like the whole economy itself. And they're like, right now we at war and it's fucking inflation going up. So like everything, you know what I'm saying, as far as currency is kind of sinking. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they just announced that the dollar could become a coin. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that make what's called volatility. It make the like it's market be doing like this. Then they be like, oh shit, the coin could become its own. The dollar could become a coin. Start doing like this. It go way up, way the fuck down. Then it come back to a say like this, and it be doing like this, and it be like, okay, everything's good. And then there's a fucking war, and then they're bombing places, and then the money start doing like that. And people start, you know, pulling. That's volatility. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what the fuck the narrative is what make that shit go way up and down. So like right now we kind of going like with the war and the whole market and all that type of shit is making this motherfucker move. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta kind of watch it and like they say, buy the dip. Like when that motherfucker go down, you kind of buy the dip. But then you had them situations where it's a spiral, that motherfucker just keep going down. And you gotta kind of like wait them type of situations out. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? But it be different shit that come in and move the metrics. Like right now, like oil is going through the fucking roof. Like fucking gas right now, like fucking $5 a goddamn fucking coin. And it's not just the war that's doing that, it's also inflation. You know what I'm saying? So like if you investing in fucking oil stocks and shit right now, you know what I'm saying, that moves the market up. So like it ain't until that whole shit take place and like oil start to bring more positive, you know what I'm saying, bull energy into the whole market, that like that the crypto market can't follow that shit until, like, you know what I'm saying, into the regular market. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, not all the time, but like this is what we're going through right now. Like the market was fucked up with the war and shit like everything was going down. So I'm saying, so like, you know what I'm saying, right now oil is like the main catalyst that's pushing the market back up, and like that, like, whereas like oil was down for a long time, as it's coming up, the market go crazy. It's like, oh shit, everything's switching. We don't know what the fuck's going on. And it's like until that shit stabilizes, and when it starts to stabilize, that's when you see the other cryptos and other shit like that going up. So like these are the things that move the market. So like, like I say, in a times one thing, like that's why you gotta pay attention to like the different metrics and shit that make certain shit move, and the ability to spot the right coin or spot the right, you know what I'm saying, opportunity at that time and take it. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I'm not saying don't do NFTs. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, you still could make money off NFTs. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still could make an NFT. You could probably find a dope NFT, buy it, resell it. You know what I'm saying? Those a lot of times work like an auction. Just me personally, you know what I'm saying, I would, you know what I'm saying, get all of the other ducks in a row before cashing all your motherfucking checks in the NFT. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you don't know what an NFT is and you getting your information streamlining just NFT shit without knowing what a blockchain is, without knowing what a DApp is, without knowing what gas fees is. You know what I'm saying? Without knowing, you know what I'm saying, how to set up a DApp or like even where to go, you know what I'm saying, to find the freelancers that could do these things for you and give you better options. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to narrow cash your shit just by hearing off the hype that fucking Eminem bought a 400,000 NFT. What was it called? Bored Ape or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You hear some shit like that, you're like, oh, NFT, or you hear like Tory Lanez, you know what I'm saying, or like, you know what I'm saying, The Weeknd, all these, you know what I'm saying, like even Drake, you know what I'm saying, believe it or not, Drake album cover. You go look at Drake album cover. You know what I'm saying? It's an NFT. You know what I'm saying? Drake album cover, you know, I don't know if you've seen it, it's like a white picture, right? And it's got like 4 pregnant chicks going this way, and 4 here, and 4 here, and 4. It's like 16 little pregnant chicks. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a white background. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you go on OpenSea app and type in Great Expectations, so I'm saying these are this is the company that made that NFT. I don't know if they necessarily made that one specifically. So I'm saying, but they got a style like just like Drake album cover. So I'm saying that is something a lot of people don't really know. Like so I'm saying, so like how to read an NFT. So I'm saying it's like you person like you can't just take no shit like this and publish this as an NFT. It's certain shit that like come along with NFTs. So like say you got this like this, right? So you got I probably will do a video on that. You know what I'm saying? I probably that's not a good example. Like this is a bad example. This is a much better example. Now mind you, this not the best example, but just kind of follow along. So you like say you got this dude, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? And then like you would play a video game where you got a character like this, and then like you could customize his jacket or you customize the helmet like this. Like say you customize the head and then it look like Darth Maul. So I'm saying you like, okay, I don't like the head, I want to change the head to this head. You know what I'm saying? But then I want this to be white instead of black. Whatever. It's a million different possibilities. You know how you go in and customize a character on a game. NFTs work a lot the same way. You know what I'm saying? And you have to kind of know how to, when you see an NFT, to know it's an NFT and not know, and to know it's not just regular, like a regular JPEG or like a regular, just a fucking art on the internet. Like the ability to look at an NFT and know that, hey, yo, that's an NFT. Like how the fuck do you know that that's an NFT? Like you can't just grab a picture or some shit like this and just go throw it and be like, okay, this is an NFT. Like nah, like that don't have the traits of an NFT. The traits of an NFT kind of look like when you scrolling through a video game, you know what I'm saying? Like if you had this 50 Cent shit, like you know what I'm saying, and like you wanted a red hat, you know what I'm saying? Or like say he had on glasses, or there might be another one where this bulletproof vest is, I don't know, yellow, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who published an NFT will put out like 100 different of the same picture. It'd be the same picture, but just customized differently for each one. So you got 100 pictures like this, but one of them be red, another one be yellow, another one to have him with sunglasses on, another one to have him with an earring in his head, and each one of these is different. You don't know which one I'm gonna sell. You know what I'm saying? So like, Eminem might come along and buy the Bored Ape. He paid $400,000 for that motherfucker. Now mind you, it's like hundreds of other apes. It might be like Excited Ape, Sad Ape. You know what I'm saying? Drunk Ape, whatever. It just so happened that Eminem happened to buy the one that was Bored Ape. You know what I'm saying? So what's gonna happen is it's gonna drive the other prices of all them other SKUs up. You know what I'm saying? But they all kind of look, there's a certain style to all of them. When you look at Drake's album cover, it's the same thing. You got a white frame with like 16 pregnant little what are they not memes? Emojis, like the pregnant emoji. It's got like 16 of them on it. Now, if you look close, like I said, it's a white background. You know, some of them have a black face, some of them have a white face, some of them got blonde hair, some of them got green hair. You go bring up the picture of the Drake album cover. So I'm saying, now, say for example, the background wasn't white, but it was red. So I'm saying, just by that, you would know they're like, okay, that's a whole different SKU. That's not Drake's per se. Like you start seeing like Drake's album cover, specifically one got a white background with those specific colors or patterns. You know what I'm saying? So like say you take just one of the little pictures and then you say, okay, change her hair to, instead of blonde, make it black. That one little change alters the whole NFT. Like, no, that's not Drake's. Like that Drake's pattern has a specific pattern that is specifically for that. Any one tiny little change nullifies it from being specifically the Drake NFT. You see what I'm saying? I hope you get what I'm saying. So like, you know, uh, like I say, Bored NFT, Bored Ape NFT, the one that Eminem bought. That one it's a white gorilla. So I'm saying, so like, say that picture look exactly the same somewhere, but you see someone like with a red gorilla. It's the same thing. That is not the Bored Ape one. It's in that same series, but it's not the Bored one. You know what I'm saying? So like that one might cost, instead of 400,000, that one might only cost like 20,000, or like 10,000, or whatever. Like, so that's it. Just that particular NFT went viral. That's, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. Like I know, like Bugsy Licks. You know what I'm saying? Bugsy Licks. Shout out to Bugsy Licks. You know what I'm saying? He just published an NFT. You know what I'm saying? I think it had like 80 different characters. You know what I'm saying? All of them kind of look the same. It's like a guy standing there. It's a great NFT. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, it's right now it's still kind of cheap. It's like $20. You know what I'm saying? Like $20, $30. You know what I'm saying? But what happens is you never know who's gonna come along and buy one of the NFTs in that series. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you go look up Bugsy Licks NFT. Bugsy Licks, Bugzee Licks, Lix. Bugsy Licks. He a rapper, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Bugsy Licks, man. He make hilarious music. You know what I'm saying? But he, like I said, you go look at his NFT. Right now, a lot of them going for like $20. Like, you know what I'm saying? Say somebody come along and, you know what I'm saying, buy one for $1,000. You know what I'm saying? The money, all the other ones still be 20. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen is the motherfucker bought that one for $1,000. It's gonna make the price of the others all go up. So like, you might get in there and you're like, oh shit. Like, say you bought a Bugsy Licks NFT this week for $20, but then like you don't know, like a month from now somebody come along and pay like fucking $20,000-$30,000 for one of them in that same series. So I'm saying, if you want to turn around and resell the one you bought for 20, you might be able to turn around and resell it to somebody else's wallet for like, you know, $10,000-$15,000. That's what you never know. So like, you got people who literally study this shit all day. Like you go look up what's called NFT aggregators. It's called an aggregator. You're saying it, AGGRE Gator, aggregator. So saying they put out news to let you know. Like, mind you, they don't just put out news, but they aggregate whole NFTs. So like you don't want to just publish an NFT. You don't want to just make an NFT and just go publish. You want to go through an aggregator, like somebody who's gonna put the word out for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to let other people know who follow the NFTs. Like, hey man, this is a new one. You might want to check it out. It's cheap. Price is going up. That's what aggregators do. They kind of hit the streets and put the word out for you. So I'm saying, so, you know, you publish an NFT, you put out through an aggregator. You know what I'm saying? You know, nobody might not buy it right now. You know what I'm saying? But then like a month or two from now, the aggregators keep pumping and keep pumping. Somebody come along, buy it, boom, prices all go up in that series. That's how that shit works. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, you want to make sure you get your advice from the right people. You know what I'm saying? And you also too, you know, if you listening to what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, shout out to you. If you've been following this video, you know what I'm saying, shout out to you. Because like I said, I already know that like to a lot of people who follow this channel, they probably won't even click on this video. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, a lot of people is kind of stuck in their ways. When you're dealing with astrology and different spiritual systems, it'd be hard to make that transition. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of the spiritual leaders that I follow, you know what I'm saying, can explain to me what an NFT, blockchain, Ethereum, like none of them. You know what I'm saying? But they can sit and tell you how to get your life in order. You know what I'm saying? They can sit and tell you and say, oh, great things are coming for you and shit like that. Be like, oh, well, motherfucker, don't you know they got a whole new type of money coming out right now? Like, you don't know nothing about it. You're like, no, I've been just looking at these little cards and telling people that I'll charge you, you know, $60, $70 for a reading and shit. Like, I'm like, nigga, like, you know, they've been doing that shit since like the Bible days. Motherfuckers been charging for reading. Like, you know, they got new shit out now. You know, you can apply. You know what I'm saying? You can actually make a coin. You know what I'm saying? For astrology or some shit like the astrology coin, whatever. You can actually do this shit now and have, or make a DApp and have people come in and support you through that type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck if you fucking psychic as hell, like, how the fuck you don't know this shit, nigga? You like, man, people gotta start putting this shit in perspective. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody talk about, like, at least I ain't seen no. You show me one. Show me one of these motherfuckers out here kicking the astrology shit. You know what I'm saying? Kicking the, who gonna even teach you how to do, you know what I'm saying, how to do crypto for free. Because they want their followers to eat. Well, not followers, I wouldn't say it like that. But like, you know, they subscribers, the people who fuck with them, you know what I'm saying, to eat. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, they can eat. You know what I'm saying? So, good place to start. Coinbase app. Coinbase is a good app to download. You know know what I'm saying, to follow the different coins. Different coins be on different apps. You know what I'm saying? So like you go on Coinbase, you know what I'm saying, you might see another coin that you might want to buy that ain't even hit a penny yet. Like, so it's a lot of coins that ain't even hit a penny yet. So like you go drop $1,000 on it, you know what I'm saying? This shit ain't even a penny yet. Saying that motherfucker hit a penny. You know what I'm saying? You be, up, 500, 600, sometimes even 1,000%. Like you go look on Coinbase, some of them coins, and you put like the year, you're like, okay, how much this coin did in a year? Some of them coins, man, right now it's down. So I'm saying, but like when Bitcoin was up like $70,000, man, some of them motherfucking coins it was up like even Dogecoin at one point, it was like over 1,000% it had made. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them coins, you talking like 20, 30,000%. Like you be like 20,000%. Like what the fuck? How the fuck? Like cause that motherfucker was like literally 0.00001, and then that motherfucker actually hit a penny. So like that motherfucker beat and went up like 10,000, fucking some shit like that, like 1,000, 10,000, sometimes even 100,000%. You know what I'm saying? Every day. You know what I'm saying? They got this type of shit right there in the coin. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers sitting around. That's what like Joe. You sitting around talking about fucking the Three of Pentacles. Like nigga, you better start putting in the 1,000 of Bitcoin, nigga. What the fuck are you? What the fuck? Are you stupid, nigga? Like the hell? They got coins out here that ain't even hit a penny yet. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Binance has its own set of coins that are released on that specific app. I don't want to say app because it's really not an app. It's really like a DApp. You know what I'm saying? You got like Coinbase. You got Crypto.com. You got Coin Tiger. That's a lot of like Chinese NFTs. Like you want to go buy, like mind you, that whole interface is fucked. I would highly suggest you really don't fuck with Coin Tiger. But it's still you want to know what it is. Like you know what I'm saying, because it just gives you a comparison. Like you know what I'm saying, like Coin Tiger versus like Coinbase, for example. Like you might go on Coinbase app and see like certain Chinese coins. You be like, damn, I would like to buy that coin because it's cheap as hell. You know what I'm saying? But and then like Coinbase will tell you like you can't buy it on here. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll tell you like they follow the coin and tell you the price of it, but you got to download a whole nother app to specifically trade that coin. You know what I'm saying? And some of the coins be on the Ethereum blockchain. So like some of them you got to pay gas fees to even get access to that coin. So you're like, okay, I want to trade this coin, but man, you got to trade that shit specifically on the Ethereum blockchain. So every time you trade it, you got a $300 gas fee to come along with it. So I'm saying, so you're trying to throw $1,000 at a certain coin, whatever that's traded on Web 3.0, you're gonna pay $300 just to trade it. Then you're gonna pay another $300 just to close it out. Then you're gonna pay another $300 just to cash out. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how gas fees work. You know what I'm saying? That's just on the Ethereum blockchain. You know what I'm saying? But there's other coins that be like they got W Ethereum, which is like a lot cheaper than regular Ethereum. You know what I'm saying? So the coins that's published on W Ethereum are the gas fees are a lot cheaper to trade it. You know what I'm saying? This is why you want your own coin. This is why you want your own DApp. You know what I'm saying? You don't, I mean, I don't want to say you don't want your own NFT, like you're saying, because you do want to do that too, but like, it's better to cover all bases. You know what I'm saying? It's better to cover and know what you're really dealing with. The last piece of advice I'm going to give y'all, man, is a thing called Moralis. You know what I'm saying? I really hope y'all look into that. Moralis. 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 If you want to be rich, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of your life, if you want to be ahead of the curve for the rest of your life, you know what I'm saying, learn Moralis coding. But like in order to learn Moralis coding, you're gonna need to learn like certain type of scripting and coding. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that shit is kind of hard. Like learning JavaScript, so I'm saying, learning like Python script like that. But like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of Moralis, you don't really even need to learn. That's what Moralis is so beautiful, because you don't need to learn JavaScript. You don't need to learn like coding. Like it helps if you do know coding, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But like Moralis give you a way to design whole Web 3.0 websites, you know what I'm saying, with the wallet attached to it. You could attach the wallet to it. You know what I'm saying? So like, you got to kind of understand, man, like take a step back and listen to what I'm saying. Like you go back to the beginning of the internet, when the internet first came out. You know what I'm saying? What everybody needed to make a website, you kind of needed to know HTML. If you didn't know HTML, you was fucked. There was one thing to even know HTML, but that was still a whole other thing to be able to go and attach a goddamn Visa MasterCard interface to somebody else's website. Like you should like go back to like the early, like the 90s. You're like, man, I want to make a website that people can, I don't know, listen to music and buy and sell music, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? You make the website. You're like, okay, you still need somebody to go in there and put the motherfucking the Visa MasterCard shit in there so people can buy and sell on your fucking website. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you know what I'm saying, the people who was learning that, you know what I'm saying, who was writing them code, them people rich to this day. You know what I'm saying? So like now, as we go into Web 3.0, they need people who can make Web 3.0 websites and attach the goddamn crypto wallet to that website. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to learn how to do that, the best way to do that is a program called Morales. You know what I'm saying? They got a Discord. You can join their Discord. You know what I'm saying? And you learn. You will always. That is literally the future. Right now, Web 3.0 is just now. We in the beginning phases of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I told you to learn HTML, if I told you to learn JavaScript, if I told you how to learn how to code the internet back when the internet first came out. You know what I'm saying? That's the same advice I'm giving you right now if you listen to what I'm saying through Morales. You know what I'm saying? So like even if it's just, for like 15 minutes a day, man, like 10 minutes a day, just slowly start to introduce Morales into your feed. You know what I'm saying? Go, subscribe to a couple of, people YouTube pages and stuff like that, and join their Discord and just start, learning Morales, man. Because this is where, that's literally the the lifeline of Web 3.0. You know what I'm saying? As far as trying to make the shit, you know what I'm saying? And how to code blockchain, all that shit. And like I said, if you don't want to learn all this shit, you can still go pay somebody like a freelancer. Like on Fiverr, you go to Fiverr.com, or you find one of the freelancer websites and pay somebody to to do these things, Or you can become a freelancer. You can listen to what I'm saying and learn these things and become a freelancer yourself. Or you can do what's called what's that word, man? I'm drawing a blank. Drop shipping, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Not exactly drop shipping, but like you could sell other people's services. Like even though you don't know how to make a dApp, you don't know how to make NFT. So you can go on Fiverr, you know what I'm saying, and just upsell them people. You know what I'm saying? So you say, I can make you an NFT. You know I can make you. You know what I'm saying? You go just upsell their service. So they sell their services. I can make you an NFT for $100. You turn around and sell it for $200, $150, or $300, whatever. But I would highly suggest that you try it before buy it before you try it. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to sell some shit you ain't never bought before. You know what I'm saying? But I used to do that for a while too. I used to just resell. If I didn't want to learn it, I just go find another dude who did and just upsell his shit. So that's another thing too. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to give y'all just some reference points, just to you can go research some of these things we've been talking about. Gas fees, Ethereum, Web 3.0, different type of wallets. You know what I'm saying? You got the Coinbase wallet, you got the MetaMask wallet. That's typically one of the most popular. MetaMask. You know what I'm saying? What else we talk about? We talked about Morales. We talked about NFTs. You know what I'm saying? I would suggest too, you know what I'm saying, look into what the Weeknd is doing with his NFT. Like Weeknd is a genius, man. Like, the way his whole life, like he was going to a lot of people don't know, like he was going to the wars and he had like a broken nose and he had like plastic surgery like a year later and stuff like this. And then but before that, how he was doing these videos where he was selling his soul to the devil and all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you go and follow his first video, not even just his videos, but like even the stuff he be doing in public, like the personality he's playing in public, you know what I'm saying? It's one long movie. Like people don't understand this about the Weeknd. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like his life is like a movie. You know what I'm saying? And then like you can go on his OpenSea, and buy his NFTs, and you don't really even have to buy it. You could just watch like the way he is selling himself and his image and his product. And each time he that is somebody, that dude get it. He is ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta go and study it a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Tory Lanez is too. You know what I'm saying? Like he just dropped a mix about a month or two ago. It's called Alone at Prom. You know what I'm saying? It's a giant NFT. You know what I'm saying? What is it called? Alone at Prom. I think it's fucking brilliant. It's ahead of the curve. It's totally ahead of the curve. So then like Tory Lanez switched his whole style. Like he make music that sound like The Weeknd now, like with that old '80s sound retro. Like, oh, no, and I love you. You know that Weeknd and master that shit, man. It's like that, and then like they take them little '80 retro, the type beats, and they be singing, oh, I love. You know, it's you know it when you hear it. You see what I'm saying? Like if your ear ain't trained, you don't know that that's an NFT. That's the NFT sound, that retro sound that they bringing back now and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's NFT music. Opulus. You can look up Opulus. That's what she's about. OPU Opulus. You're saying that's gonna be the new musician coin. That's a coin specifically like musicians and people trying to publish music and shit like that. Cause like, it's not too many artists that really sell music and videos as NFTs more so than like pictures and fucking animated gifs and shit like that. Like most of the NFTs right there is like that. But like when Opulus drop, they gonna totally revolutionize the way they doing music and videos because like a lot of shit gonna be copyrighted. Whereas like if you go publish an NFT that's music on OpenSea, a lot of shit ain't protected. Like you know what I'm saying? So like motherfuckers can do what the fuck they want to do with it. But like through Opulus, you're gonna be kind of protected. You know what I'm saying? Different copyright. Matter of fact, with some crazy shit, like the motherfuckers who really got the NFT game on Smash, it's called crypto punks. You might want to write that shit down. Crypto punks. You know what I'm saying? Those are like the most expensive NFTs you can buy. And mind you, like when you look at it, you can be like, who the fuck would pay for this? It's like literally like I don't have nothing here to really show you, but like you can kind of imagine like when you play Pac-Man back in the day, like the ghost, like the little goat, like it's like them type of graphics, like 8-bit graphics, or just like a black. It might be like a little black dude or a white dude with some like green mohawk and shit like that. Like is you go look it up. You know what I'm saying? Crypto punks. You would not believe that motherfuckers be paying fucking $15,000-$20,000 for that little fucking picture. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was somebody came along a couple months ago and started switching. Like they took the CryptoPunks pictures and just switched them around. So like literally reversed them and was selling them for like a fraction of the price. You know what I'm saying? And so like CryptoPunks ended up trying to sue them. Like, I don't know how this lawsuit ended up, but it changed the whole NFT market. And that like these dudes came along. You go research this yourself. You know what I'm saying? The dudes that reversed the CryptoPunks pictures. So I'm saying that's when like different laws and lawyers and shit, because like all this shit is still the wild wild west right now. They're trying to pump Ethereum. So like people ain't really, you know what I'm saying? People are really testing the limitations of what you can and can't do. You know what I'm saying? Legally with NFTs. You know what I'm saying? All that shit is being tested right now. You know what I'm saying? And CryptoPunks is one of the major people that got caught in that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like as these coins and as this shit keeps evolving, different laws and different ways that you can and can't do things is starting to change too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I gave y'all some extra shit. I said I'm gonna stop at Morales, but I gave you these a little extra credit. You know what I'm saying? So I gave y'all a lot in this video. You know what I'm saying? And I said, there's a lot I want you to take away from this. Obviously, as I said before, but you know what I'm saying? I want you to start wrapping your mind around thinking outside the box. You know what I'm saying? And how to have proper application to the spiritual systems and the things that you study. You don't want to be addicted to just sitting around listening to spirituality all day, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to start figuring out ways to apply these things. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm K-Blao Codex. I got a website, codex.com. You know what I'm saying? Most of the stuff we publish is music videos. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the direction that my website is moving, you look at corporate algorithm too. You know what I'm saying? I teach people how to trade stocks and different type of investments, stuff like this, how to run Airbnb. I also teach how to do Bitcoin, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I could do whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, the sky is the limit, So, you think of publishing is another key word. A lot of people trying to take people do spirituality and sitting around listening to shit like that all day, man. Like, you gotta, we in a time now where like we never gonna have another opportunity like this ever again. You know what I'm saying? It's a great time to be alive if you have the ability to not get so stuck in this spiritual wave that has been going on since what, like the late night, back when they're talking about Y2K. You know what I'm saying? I remember in 2011 came, people talking about the world's going in 2012. You know what I'm saying? And then like, but like even when you go back, like I said, when 9/11 first happened, and like when 2001 hit, and that's when like people really started talking about Illuminati and all them DVDs and shit was coming out, and people talking about George Bush was the devil and all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit really took a hold on the people. You know what I'm saying? You think about how much information that you knew back then that's just lost now. You know what I'm saying? And how that moved all the way to 2011. And you talking about that Mayan calendar, and all the people's obsessed with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, talking about the end of the world and how much information you was listening to that right now it's just fucking useless. You know what I'm saying? And then like right now, the times we living in now, we're like, you know, the type of how there's an evolution right now of the spiritual systems. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a huge increase in people studying tarot and people studying astrology and you know, even uh, how do I say this? Like the missing, basically disinformation, like Trump is showing like fake news. Like, you know what I'm saying? like you think, like I said in another video, you know, talking about like how many black gurus then came and you find out they were scamming. You talking about Derek Jackson, fucking Young Pharaoh, fucking you know what I'm saying? So many just different people that came along and wasted people's time. You know what I'm saying? And then getting caught up in the hype of that shit and trying, oh, they're exposing Derek Jackson, oh, they're exposing Young Pharaoh. And they was like, how much time you spend wasting on that shit? You know what I'm saying? When it's like, you know, if you had invested fucking $1,000 in Bitcoin back in fucking 2009, 2008, so I'm saying, ain't no telling how much fucking money you have right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you don't want to miss out on no shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I'm not even talking about money. I'm just talking about like other, it's like with the times that we in. You know what I'm saying? You got to get with the times, man. You know what I'm saying? The shit that the stars and the planets and all that shit have been being interpreted since all the way the fuck back since ancient Mesopotamia. That shit ain't going nowhere. So I'm saying this shit is like, it's a great time to be alive. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing stopping you from, you know, merging what you already got going on into the things that I'm talking about in this video. You know what I'm saying? The world is literally yours. You know what I'm saying? It's just you got to get out there and plant the seed. Plant, like Christ say, plant the right seed on the right soil. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? If you got to listen to this video, listen to it again. You know what I'm saying? Take some notes. And, you know, you already know what to do. You know what I'm saying? You just study this shit. You know how to study. So I'm saying, take some notes. Go look up some other shit and just keep adding on. You know what I'm saying? If you need to email me, you can email me, K-Blao at hotmail.com. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how to give me. Make sure you sign up for the Patreon. Let me answer y'all questions. So I want to know y'all questions. You know what I'm saying? People be asking me questions. I be on my rant. What did the internet? I don't understand the question. Off topic. Can you do a video on Patreon about the presidential mindset? Yes, I can do that. Whoever wins the war owns crypto. Love short squeeze coming again. That is true. No, I never bought an NFT. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so on that note, I do want to tell y'all something I don't really say too much on this channel, which is you. D.